The secrets of getting rich. Everybody wants to know the secret of getting rich with infinite banking. Yo, I had to jack it up a little bit for this one. I'm very excited. Everybody wants to know the secret of getting rich with infinite banking and wealth building strategies that create assets. I'm excited to get you going on this one because everybody's trying to figure this one out. All right, what's the number one thing that I know about infinite banking is that infinite banking alone will not make you rich. It is a tool. It's not an investment. It's a financial tool to help you in your journey for financial independence. Financially free people have enough money, passive income from real estate, from building a business, from dividend paying stocks, money that comes in, which I call mailbox money, which you don't have to work for, there's enough to cover all your expenses and left over for you to do what you want. And that's even why you have your own job. You can still have a job and be financially free and not need the job, but love working for the job. That's what financial freedom is. Whether you're a millionaire or you're not, financially free people have enough income coming in passively that they don't have to work for to cover all their expenses. So we got that out of the way. Infinite banking alone will not make you rich, but it's a phenomenal tool to help you achieve the goals you want to achieve in life for you and your family and your loved ones. So again, it's not a get rich quick scheme. Okay, this is where you need licensed agents that understand, that can help you and walk you through the process through this journey. That's super important. So here's what I did some research on millionaires and what do millionaires do and what do they consider assets. I'm going to go over that in a little bit, right? But one of the key parts that they consider asset is they want to make sure that they can leverage a financial vehicles that can deliver what they feel are at least three of these wealth accumulation benefits, right? One, they want this financial vehicle to provide compounded interest, right? Uninterrupted. Two, they want tax favored accumulation. So as that money grows, they don't want to pay capital gains on that tax. And three, they want it safe from bankruptcy, safe from the IRS, safe from lawsuits. Okay, that's the vehicle they're looking for, right? Tax favored, compounded interest, and it's safe and secure. Okay, well, infinite banking specifically designed high cash value policies, okay, provide that for you. So let me tell you a little bit of story, right? So I started off life, boom, right out of the gate. Running companies at an early age and moved to Florida from Jersey. I'm a Jersey boy, as you can tell. And when I got married around 32, I was traveling a lot. I had my wife was pregnant at the time with my son, and I needed to protect myself. I was flying, I was doing well, but I didn't have any legacy money. So if something was to happen to me, what would happen to my family? I didn't want to put them in a bad position. So I needed to start figuring this out. So I wanted to get life insurance. So of course, I get referred to someone to bring over. They give me a portfolio. They talk to me about whole life insurance, and they talk to me about term insurance. And my whole mindset, I was already stuck listening to the Susie Ormans of the world or the phrase of invest in term. Buy term, invest the difference. Buy term, invest the difference. And I knew I was going to make it. I was going to be top, and I rose. So I got term insurance. I was all proud. I had a million six in term insurance, barely costing me any money. I was 32 years old. Okay. Well, guess what happened? That didn't work out so good. Investing the difference, what are you investing in? What was the difference? Right. I was doing some investing. I was growing businesses, but I still wasn't in control of my money. I bought into the 401k piece. You make some mistakes, right? I got older. That term insurance quadrupled, grew 400% to cover me. I had no cash value to show for it. I'm still here, right? So for the short term, 92% of insurance companies don't pay out on the term insurance. So invest the difference. Well, what do you need to know to invest? You know, our financial education is not properly done in this country. That's why there's so many people in debt. That's why there's a lot of poor people. And what does Warren Buffett say? If poor people do what rich people do, they wouldn't be poor. Well, this is one of them. So my story, that's what I did. It didn't work out for me until a couple of years later. I found a vehicle. Well, I had some debt after my businesses, and things had happened. I learned infinite banking concept, insurance benefit concept, banking on yourself. And sure enough, that if I would have learned that 30 years ago, that would have made a huge difference in my life. But maybe I look at it as if it did happen to me, I may have been benefiting from my life, but I may not be able to educate and help as many people be able to not make the same mistake I have, or if they have, help them get out like I'm getting out and creating wealth, and at least getting to myself so I could be financially free to do what I want to do and do the things I love to do. Okay, so that's the most important thing. It's not a get rich quick scheme, but I will tell you, it is a highly used vehicle of millionaires. Okay, and I want to bring it down to, if you want to be a millionaire, you just want to be financially free and you want to be secure in your retirement. So that's the number one. The second most important thing is that millionaires that I know, millionaires, wealthy people, just everybody loves passive income. They like that royalty money. They like that mailbox money. That is key. Passive income. That's when you get assets that are bringing income to you. And they can be small at a time. You can have multiple streams of income, but passive income is one of the best things that millionaires look for in an effort to create wealth. And that's why they have a vehicle that they can put their money in and take it out tax-free. Okay. Passive income is money coming in as you sleep, right? You no longer need to work for the money. It doesn't mean you stop working. I'm just saying you want to get to the point where you know that you got money coming in no matter what to cover all your expenses and still live the lifestyle you want to live. Now, that's all depending on the lever you want to put up and how much you want to value yourself. The value you put on yourself, it's up to you. Be happy is the number one piece. Okay. Real estate, these are the assets. So again, passive income. We were talking about, wealth building secrets. Well, one of the wealth building secrets I want to tell you in the first part, number one is one of the strategies is they leverage vehicles like I told you, like infinite banking, high cash value life insurance. Number two is, what I know is that they love passive income. So what are some of the assets that millionaires invest in to get passive income? How can you do it? Well, they get real estate. They buy real estate. They rent it. They know what they're looking for. They know the numbers. They know, get a good real estate agent. Look for something that you can get passive income. They have high paying stocks and stock funds. Okay. They always have at least a 6-month emergency fund. Imagine having a 6-month emergency fund in your own banking policy that's earning compounded interest, and you can get access to it anytime you want. Right. And not get it on a structured loan and utilize that money to be able to take care of your expenses if something were to happen. But you definitely want to create assets. They don't have any debt. Well, you can create this. Again, the same vehicle can help you get out of debt. It helped me get out of debt. It's helping a lot of other people get out of debt. But number one, they want to get out of debt. Why? Because you want money available when opportunity strikes. Opportunity is going to strike in the next few years. This real estate is going to bubble. It's going to break. So be prepared for it. I know I'm building up a reserve this time to be prepared for it and not relying on anyone else except for me. I'm my greatest asset. Your most valuable asset is you. Now you got to determine how you want to do, what you want to do to educate yourself, to learn, and not go. Everyone's doing what we've already been taught, and yet it's just not working. So I don't get it. There's so many people that don't have savings. Those that have savings, I can't retire. I mean, think about the percentage of people that are actually wealthy. It's not about how much you make, it's how much you keep, and how much you keep, what you do with that. So those are the assets. And then they have a personal business. So you have a side hustle, but you're able to utilize this vehicle. They utilize that, an infinite banking policy, some type of vehicle, whole life policy that they can accumulate, borrow from to buy these assets. They don't want to hold anything. It's all in the trust. So look at the book by Garrett Gunderson called What Would the Rockefellers Do? One of the richest families ever. Vanderbilt started out rich too, and they lost it all. All righty. So what is the most transformational information that I know about utilizing infinite banking to get rich? Again, it won't make you rich alone. It's what you do with it. The leveraging of your money is what's going to happen. And wealth strategies are built into this presentation, right? Think about it. Insurance has been around before taxes. That's why you get a lot of tax advantages from insurance, because it predates taxes. Taxes came out in 1913, and it was only supposed to be at the highest at 7%. Well, you're paying a lot more than 7% of taxes today. You pay 7% just in sales tax. Okay, this has been around for over 100 years. Some companies have been around for over 200 years. Again, I wish I learned this 40 years ago when I burst my first policy. But I truly feel I'm destined again to share this with you. I want to share with as many people and just preach it on. You do what you want with it. It's free, but it will make a difference and it'll make an impact on your life. Okay. I gained interest. Okay, I was still gaining interest and it's being compounded. And at the same time, my money is compounding and I still borrow from the insurance company over $31,000. I netted paying less than 2% on interest, on simple interest, and I'm still gaining 4% compounded year over year for the rest of my life. Now, let me tell you how my story is of my transformational moment to take this to the next level. Well, I like multiple streams of income. So I had this opportunity. I was working and I wanted to make some more money. So I wanted to get back into insurance, been insurance for over 30 years, more in property and casualty. So I got my life and health license. I found a company, excellent company that I could start selling, mortgage protection insurance, final expense, great products, great companies. But in there, they had a debt-free life program, or a program to get out of debt. And so I went and I learned it. I got certified as a Your Family Bank member. I'm certified as debt-free life. I'm certified in infinite banking. All right. And I said, man, this is amazing. And at that time, I had a few businesses and I had some debts and I had run up some credit cards. It's life, the more you make, the more you try to spend, unfortunately. And what happens is I said, okay, great. What can I do? So I made a plan. Okay. Not only did I become an agent, not only did I start learning the concepts of it, but it transformed me and I started helping others. Well, sure enough, right, I've been able to borrow $30-something thousand, get rid of $8,000 in interest, paid off pretty much most of my credit cards over in a year and a half are all gone, right? And now I am relinquishing of debt and making sure that I am growing my money. But the transformation was I started off with just purely, debt, getting out of debt. And then I transformed to more of the infinite banking concept, where it was, try to match your income, should match your premium. So putting as much money in there, then utilizing that money for different expenses and so forth. And then I just learned again, and I took it to the next level, that the number one piece that I should be using this tool is not for just expenses and recouping and so forth. And you can use them for all those pieces, especially in a business. But I'm utilizing it to make sure that I have multiple policies on myself, on my family, and to utilize them to buy assets that create passive income for me. I need to be financially free, right? To be able to continue to teaching, to help as many people as possible, right? So my story is that I got into it in one aspect, one, to make money, to help others, but then I learned this process, not only help myself, help others get out of debt. Then I realized there's more to it than just getting out of debt. It was, how do I leverage as much as I can and not pay all the taxes and everything that I pay? Well, I don't want to do that either. But then I realized the real generation is being able to create assets, passive income assets. And that's where I've been moving in all the education. I still learn. I'm still reading books, still listening to audiobooks. I'm still going to classes. I'm doing as much as I possibly can to be able to take my life and the life of others to the next level. Okay. What are the items that I should know, but I don't know? Well, about infinite banking. One is the many, I haven't yet discovered or are clear with the process of private lending, or and this topic is more is I'm not sure how to use my money 13x or 14x. And I'm sure there's a way and people are doing it. What does that mean? I'm already getting an interest on my dollar when I put it in my own banking policy. When I make it an investment in real estate or anything else, I'm making money on that while my money's still growing uninterrupted because the cash value doesn't go down. So I know I can use my money twice. I'm not going to use it a third time by lending it to my business to be able to buy to get a tax write-off. Now I'm just trying to figure out how do I use it? What are the other ways to use it? Or what are other ways to teach people to be able to leverage infinite banking? My story now is like I'm telling you is that I'm looking purely for assets, right? I'm making sure I'm getting rid of liabilities, anything that I can get rid of or end where money's leaving my household, right? I am making sure I'm able to control it in a specially designed whole life policy, right? With some of the best companies. I represent at least 50, 60% of the companies that do this type of concept. A lot of companies don't like to do this because the agents don't like to give up the commission and they want to keep people, they turn them over. But this is the one thing I don't know. I don't know how to continue using it, and I'm learning. I want to learn. I don't know how to do private lending. I'm learning how to do private lending. So I'm educating myself. Now that I got myself educated, I'm building my own bank, using my own financial institution. Now I'm learning more and more of how do I get passive income assets? And I'm going to utilize my banking policy to use that cash flow to buy asset producing passive income for myself to be financially free. Now, I want to give you some action items that I think will just change if you just do these things. One, you need to find that leverage. You need to leverage a financial vehicle like infinite banking. Find someone that can help you, that can organize it, can control it, can have quarterly reviews. You need to right away at least start learning about the possibilities and the uses, right? One, find a financial vehicle you can leverage that gives you tax-free growth, okay, continues to compound interest, and it's safe. Plus, if you see one of my other videos, I give you 6 key benefits of what infinite banking can provide. Number 2 is you want to get out of debt. Get out of debt right away. You want to get rid of, at least get out of the debt, bad debt, credit card debt with high interest. Get out of that so you have freedom to seize the opportunity that is coming. It's your time. Nobody can change but you. You have to decide. Number 3, look for passive income assets. Start looking, reading, what are passive income assets? How can I get something that I can get paid, do something worth and get paid over and over and over again? If you're a singer, that's why they like royalty checks. Okay. Only speak with an agent who only works with and knows how to design these type of policies that work for you. You don't have to start really big. You can start as little as $200, $500. Right? You can go as up as 10,000. It's up to you, but make sure that you're able to capitalize by utilizing, maximizing as much as you can with getting as much cash value as you can, utilizing that cash value to then create assets. And then number 5 is be your own banker, right? Take back control of the financing. Think about it. Everything flows through the banking system. Right. Listen, I realize I want to, we're an empty nester. I want to sell my house. Okay. Which is a liability. I'm selling it. That's an asset. The funny part is I'm talking with the bank. They want the payoff. The same bank that I bank with is going to get is going to get the profits of the money going into their bank. Well, guess what? I'm taking it right out and putting it into my bank. If not, it's going to sit there and they're going to make anywhere from 300 to 1,400% on my money. And if I needed to borrow it, they'd be charging me high interest. No way. I'm going to borrow it from myself, pay myself back. Okay. So be your own banker. Now, if you want more information, please click on the link. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have guests. We have podcasts. I got free gifts to give away. Or pass this on, share it, like it, pass this on to someone else, talk to someone, start looking into it, read about it. If our country keeps doing, if people that didn't come from means, I didn't come from a wealthy family, but I want to make sure that I'm the one that starts it, leaves a legacy. I don't know where you're started from. I don't know where your situation is. Particularly if you're young, they tell you the best time to start creating assets and saving is when you're young. You have more chances, right? This is the time to do it. If you're my age in the 50s, an excellent time to do it, particularly for retirement, depending what you want to do. So there is no better time than right now. Chinese proverb: what's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. What's the second best time? Right now. Do you really think taxes are going to go down or they're going to go up? They're going to go up. 90% of people say they're going to go up. So action item. Click on the link, subscribe to my channel, listen to more people. There is the Ann Asset. You got Kayla Gilliams. You got Garrett Gunderson. You got the Money Multiplier, Chris Noggle. There's a lot of people out there. I'd like to help you, but I want you to be with the best person you can. But I also want you to be educated in this piece. Think about it. Banks own billions and billions of dollars of this. Fortune 500, Fortune 100 companies own billions and billions of dollars of this same concept, and they leverage it for their businesses. Why wouldn't you do it? Valuable Assets TV. My name is Victor Arocho. God bless. Click on the link and subscribe. I am looking forward to giving you more educational information. I am not an attorney. I'm not a financial planner. I am here to educate and help people on this concept to help you have a better, prosperous, blessed life. Have a great day. Peace. I hope all that you ask for comes to you, and you be very prosperous.